Alright, today we're going to be challenging the 18s, and what we're going to do is, these are the two Haiboxings that I built. This one's running the Q901 ESC with a 2838 can size, 3800 kV. This one has the same motor, different ESC. This is running Haiboxing ESC, which is rated at 30 amps, probably like a 20. They're only 2S capable, both of them, and this one has better braking, less steering. This one has less braking and a little bit more steering, so they're very equal, very comparable at least. So I'm trying to figure out between these two. I just put new tires on this one. This one, the spring tension on this one's a little bit stiffer. So these are the 16 shocks and springs, but what I did is I actually cut one coil off, so they're sitting a little bit lower, specifically for the 18. So let's give this one a try first. I'm actually curious to run this one. This one I've ran before and it drives well. I realized that having the car a little bit lower allows it to drive better. So I lowered the blue and pink one. That car drives amazing. So after I noticed the difference, I definitely wanted to make the modification on this one. So let's see how this one drives. It's my first time driving it with it being lowered. And again, for this one, I'm not sure why, but the springs are a little bit stronger, so it doesn't sit as low as the other one. Alright, so we got it all plugged in. No times yet. I want to see which one I want to run first. So these are new tires. This is a 6 offset. So tall, I can feel it. So this one, I think I need to go a little bit, yeah, I need to go a little bit lower on the rear end. That rear end's way too high. I could feel it just kind of snapping around the track. So if your back end's too high, it's going to feel, here, let me give it a couple runs and make sure. What in the world? Okay, so I thought I glued these tires. Apparently I didn't. Never mind. Alright, so we're going with the pink one. Or should we just run it with the plastic tires? The plastic wheels? That's hilarious. I can't believe I did that. Alright, so that was a fail. And we're going to turn this off. We're going to go to the pink and blue. Oh, that was awesome. Alright, let's see if we can get this thing to run. This one I was already set to run. I just need to put the transponder on it, and this would be our only option because I failed with the tires on the other one. And this one actually runs better anyway, so that one still needs a little bit of adjustment. Maybe some tires might be better than nothing. Alright, here we go. Need a couple of runs around the track to get warmed up. Now I probably should have drove the WL first because I just drove that one and I'm used to that one right now. But that's okay. We'll make it interesting. Over. So this is not running the stock pinion. This is running a 19 tooth pinion. And you have the option of aluminum or steel whenever you choose. So you can go with the aluminum LC Racing, or you can go with the steel Schumacher. Either way, 19 I think is the size that I chose because of going from one size. The stock is 18, but it's a steel heavy 18, so I wanted to reduce the weight of that pinion and then go up on pinion size. That way it feels pretty much the same, a little bit more down low control. With the steel pinion, it seems like it wants to drive a little bit more. To me, it almost feels like it's more made for like a dirt because of the extra torque that it gives. Alright, so every time I drive this, I'm like, I don't know if it's going to be able to compete with that WL. But again, this car's very consistent, so the amount of runs I can get on it, I think, I don't know, let's see. It's going to be interesting. That was a bad turn. Not even sure what I did there. So I'm not sure. Here, hold on. So let me give it a couple more tries. Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this ESC yet, because it does limit the steering just a little bit. So some of these turns right there, I want to actually turn more. I can't adjust it anymore because it's actually turned up all the way. The only reason why is because I'm using the Q901 ESC. I got them on Amazon for a good price, so I just picked up a couple of them just to see how it would run compared to the Haiboxing. It's very similar, but it's set up for a different car. So the ESCs are not equal. They're all set up individually per car. So the braking will be different, the acceleration will be different. So I have all the Haiboxing ESCs. I think I have all the 2-in-1 ESCs at this point. So this one compared to the Haiboxing, it's definitely usable. I don't see any issues with it. It's just that turning. But I do like the brakes on this. The brakes are a little bit more instant than the Haiboxing, and the Haiboxing kind of you have to start braking quite a bit earlier. This one almost feels, because of the way the suspension is, I would think it almost feels like a short course truck, or possibly even a truggy, possibly, maybe. But just the way that it dips in the back a little bit, that's what it feels like to me when I see like what a short course truck looks like on a track when I look at it in the video. So the 18 shocks for this car are a little bit weak. Spring in the back. Alright, we lost a screw, so that wouldn't have worked anyway. So I think I have to put some CA glue in that because I think it's enlarged a little bit, so I think it's just popping out. That's the second time it's happened. So that was a good run. I guess we're not going to do times today. It's kind of a fail. 2 fails. But we will run this one just because. Actually, I can run times on this. Let's run a file on it. see if we could beat the time I got yesterday. Yesterday I only got 112 on this car, and it was really disappointing because I think this car runs pretty well. What I did do is I raised it just slightly. So I took the drip screws and I adjusted them almost all the way back, and it does drive a little bit better. It needed some ground clearance in order for the shocks to work correctly. So let's do a time run on this. This one was set up for times, the other ones weren't. Let me get a couple laps just to warm up. Oh my god, it's so much faster. I am literally just barely pushing the trigger, pulling the trigger on this car. The Haiboxing, you're in the midway point most of the time. But that one almost has the instant power right away. Well, this one does too, to be honest with you. God, it's so fast. This is still running on 50%. Alright, I think we're ready. Let's do it. Okay. Here we go. Already terrible. Come on, come on, come on, come on. You're messing up my times, dude. Let's go. Jeez. Alright, so I definitely should not have went to Haiboxing and then come back to this one. So let me stop it. Start back over.
Race complete.
And we'll get it. Already a terrible start. Just gotta find my little throttle point and I'll be fine. There we go. 14.66, not bad. So, yeah, hold on. Sounded bad. So this car's so fast around the track, I just can't get a consistent run. Oh man, really? That would have been the start of it too. All right, here we go. Let's get some consistent times. So much power. Oh, come on. So, I haven't got I don't even know if I got a 13 yet. It's another terrible run. So, it's a good driving car. It's just, definitely didn't get a 10, but we'll pretend like we did. Oh, that would have been a 12. So having it raised definitely helps with the jumps. Because I think before it was just a little bit too much chassis slap for me. $13.56. Man, every time I get a consistent run going. Oh, get in there. So it's spinning because I set the transmitter to have positive. This was probably one of the worst times I've ever gotten on any of my cars. So let's see. 13.5 is probably the only respectable time I see on here. That's so terrible. Okay, let's do this again. Let's do one more since we have the other car fails. I think I'm warmed up, hopefully. Oh, almost. I think my turn exit is lacking a little bit, so I think that's where I'm losing time. I'm trying to figure out why I'm not getting 12s. Bad takeoff. Shoot, man. Now I feel like it's just me doing it. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get it. Another bad one. Curious to find out how long the gears last on this little car. I have steel gears and I have replacement gears. Steel is definitely the way you want to go on carpet, because there's a lot more air control and landings that happen that definitely wear the gear out a lot more than dirt. Come on, come on, hurry, hurry, hurry. There we go. Okay, so I think that's the downfall that I'm seeing with this car right now, is just the consistent runs. It's not obviously the car's fault. It's just I need to get used to its driving. It's just so insanely powerful. So again, I think I said it before, you definitely have to land flat on most of the jumps. It's the only way it really wants to land. I'm pretty sure if it had bigger tires, then it would be a lot easier, but then it would be harder to take turns. So even the, hold on. I think I'm losing time on that U-turn over there. Yeah. So I'm losing time on this turn. So I think my turn, is it turn out? I think it is. I think that's where I'm having the problem. So I'm assuming that I need to adjust my wheels out as a camber, and I think it will give me a little bit more turning ability on the exit. So I think that's where I'm losing a lot of the time, where some of the times I'm thinking I should get 12s, I'm only getting a mid 13, and I keep looking at it right there, and on top of that, on top of the rising wall, same thing. I think the turning ability at certain points in it, I think it's stops it from turning quickly, but it turns quick everywhere else. So it's my exit on the turn that I need to adjust. Right there, same thing. I need more turning in certain areas. And looks like my tires are coming unglued also. So when I ran this on times yesterday, and I think the best time I got was a 13, like a mid to, I think it was a low 13 actually. All the other ones are pretty, 13, like high 13s, 14s, 15s. There's the battery. But I was having the problem of the car kicking up quite a bit, and what I noticed is I don't think these shocks, that's what I wanted to find out today, if they actually will hold the oil. So the O-rings might need to be replaced. This one was halfway full. This one had a little bit less, but this one seems dry right now. This one seems dry possibly, but I'm not sure. Yeah, there's a little bit of liquid there, so I'm assuming this one doesn't have a seal, whether it's the O-rings down below or the O-ring on top. That's what's causing the leakage, and I think what my answer to that will be, we'll be going with a 144 front shocks all the way around, and then adjust the springs to accommodate the front shorter width. So we're gonna try that next, and we're gonna run this again tomorrow for more times. That's it.